Hey there, it's David. I'm in the basement now, trying to stay warm, trying to find things to do on the car. I'm working on the passenger door, and I stripped all of the trim off the inside and that kind of stuff. I'm at the point where I'm trying to get the glass out so I can do a little bit of work on the actual parts of the door skin that might be a bit rusty. Anyway, trying to follow in my trusty manual how to take the door glass out, and I'm coming across some oddities. I've done a little bit of searching online too to try and figure out how to do this. When I look in the manual, it indicates that down here near the bottom there should be a stop to prevent the glass from going down too far. Well, there isn't. Never has been from the looks of the paint on these. There was never any kind of fasteners on that to hold a door stop in the back, or a glass stop rather in the back. So supposedly by doing that, by removing that piece and then dropping the window all the way to the bottom, the glass channel disengages from the door lifting mechanism, or from the window lifting mechanism, and then you can lift the whole piece of glass out. So that's not the way it says it should be in the manual. So then I went online, and from what I could see, a couple people mentioned that if you crank the window to about the halfway position, where you can actually get your fingers in through these holes, there should be little clips on the back side here holding this in place that you can blindly push the clip retaining the retaining clips off of, and then this will disengage, and then you can lift the glass out. Well, that doesn't seem to be the case there either. There is no. This is where I expected to see the clip that doesn't go through here. There's nothing when I put my hand inside the door. There's nothing that I can feel that feels like a clip that will come off so that this can disengage. So the avenue I'm pursuing now is, strangely, let's see if I can wind this up and show you. I'm going to look at the manual for a second. In the manual, no, that's not telling me anything either. So when I wind this up all the way, and now one thing I have done is taken the top glass stop off. So that was here, a little piece of metal on the inside that prevents the glass from winding up too high. So when I do wind it up to the top, what seems to happen, I don't know how easy it is to see, now you can't really see it in there. As you get closer and closer to the top, that glass channel runner has a gap in the middle, and the pivot points seem like if you could push the mechanism up a little bit higher, the pivot points would come out of their track, and then I could lift the glass out. So I can't push the glass up any higher right now because of the quarter vent. So I think what I'm going to try and do is take the quarter vent out and then see if I can wind that up high enough to pull the whole mechanism out. I know it sounds weird, but at this point I can't think of anything else to try. So here goes. Alright, well, I'm happy to report that worked. Took the bolts out for the quarter panel, or for the quarter window, quarter vent, and was able to get that up high enough that I was then able to pull the whole glass out at the top, where it came loose from the rail. So I don't know what that's going to mean for the reversal of the process, but that's a problem for another day. Okay, just a quick reference shot. That's how this particular piece fits in. So in this orientation. So it clips up underneath there. And there we go. The quarter bent out. I think what I'm going to do is put those clips back on here just to keep their orientation and hardware all together. Yeah, probably this clip as well. Alright, next. Okay, so this is the passenger side door, and I've gotten all of the hardware off of it, the glass mechanism, the door locks, everything. And I'm just looking at its condition. I already did a little bit of a section on what the bottom edge of this door. So I've got this upside down at the moment. So you can see all along this bottom edge, there's rust along the folded over seam. Inside the door, what I can see, and put the camera in there and see if I can get a little bit of illumination. You can see right along the top edge, on the outside of the door skin, there is a fair amount of rust all along, everywhere from the top of that anti-noise mat that's stuck on the outside of the door skin from front to back along the outside. So I really don't want to take this whole skin apart. What I think I'm going to do then is I've got a flexible attachment for my my drill that I can chuck a small brush in. So I think I'm going to get inside there with a small wire wheel, loosen up that rust that's on the surface, and then just give it a good coating with a rust reversing primer. And then maybe shoot the inside of the door with another coat of some other kind of primer on top of that once I get that bottom edge sorted out. This is just a quick update on the work I'm doing on in this case, the passenger door. And I believe last time I mentioned that there was a fair amount of rust inside the upper part of the door. You can pretty good glimpse of it right there. And it's just only from about the top edge of the door panel to about where the acoustic panel is on the inside. It's about a 3 to 4 inch wide strip going all the way from the front to the back. So the first thing I did was to get a flexible mandrel for my cordless drill, and then believe it or not, I pulled up a chair here and I gripped the drill between my knees. See if I can give you a demonstration. Pull the chair over. Oh, this is going to show up. Essentially what I did was put the drill here between my knees, get the mandrel out here, and squeeze, make it go. Kind of awkward, but it did the job. Got a lot of the loose, heavy rust scale off of the inside, and after I did that, I took a small sample section and I used this gelled rust remover, which is primarily, from what I see here on the back, phosphoric acid, I believe. Where did I see that? First aid treatment. Yeah, phosphoric acid and sodium nitrate. Okay. Anyway, comes out kind of thick. I poured it on a section on the inside, and that's after about, there we go, that's some light. That's after about 30 minutes or so, mostly just sitting there, but I did scrub away at it a little bit with a brass bristle brush like this inside. So turning all of the rust black in the chemical reaction. So I'm going to do the rest of the inside here as far as I can reach, both sides, front to back. And then once I've done that, it says let it dry and then rinse with water, so I'll do that, and then I'll try and give it a shot of rust converting primer, take care of the last little bit. Because on the inside, especially up here near the front, I don't know if it can be seen, but way up in here, there's a section that is kind of folded under in the, there we go, the flanges. And I don't know how far I can get in there without taking this apart, so I'm going to take a bit of a chance and just shoot a bunch of rust converting primer in there and hope for the best. I know, not the best course of action, but I really don't want to take the door apart. Anyway, that's enough for this update. Okay, well, I've left the rust remover overnight, probably about 14 hours or so. And so there's what you can see now. All the rust that it was applied to has turned black. So I'm about to go and rinse that off now. See what it looks like when it's done. Okay, so I gave that a rinse out with a large amount of running warm water. If you don't tell her, I won't tell my wife that I used her laundry sink for that. So, you know, just between us. Now, it looks like there's kind of a scale or something left behind. Kind of hard to reach in there. Right around there. Oh yeah, I can kind of feel something. So I'm going to get in there with a wire brush, see if I can get some of that out. And then after that, dry it out with a heat gun and then give it a shot with the rust converting primer.